Footnotes from the Life Application Study Bible. The Transfiguration was a vision, a brief glimpse of the true glory of the King. This was a special revelation of Jesus' divinity to three of the disciples, and it was God's affirmation of everything Jesus had done and was about to do. Moses and Elijah were the two greatest prophets in the Old Testament. Moses represents the law or the Old Covenant. He wrote the Pentateuch, and he predicted the coming of a great prophet. Elijah represents the prophets who foretold the coming of the Messiah. Moses and Elijah's presence with Jesus confirmed Jesus' messianic mission to fulfill God's law and the words of God's prophets. Just as God's voice in the cloud over Mount Sinai gave authority to the law given to Moses, God's voice at the Transfiguration gave authority to Jesus' words. The Transfiguration was a foretaste of heaven. The participants were doing something worth noting. They were talking together. In God's world, interactions count highly. People are individuals with minds, hearts, and opinions. People are also part of a wider whole, connected by relationships built on sharing between whole persons. Friendship is key. Make time and find opportunities to talk with others. Good conversations act as training for eternity. Peter wanted to build 3 memorials for these 3 great men. Peter had the right idea about Jesus, but his timing was wrong. Peter wanted to act, but this was a time for worship and adoration. He wanted to memorialize the moment, but he was supposed to learn and move on. Jesus is more than just a great leader, a good example, a good influence, or a great prophet. He is the Son of God. When you understand this profound truth, your only adequate response will be to worship him. Today, some consider Jesus' teachings as merely one more religious point of view, but God said to listen only to him. Regard him as your authority for truth and guidance.